Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another third-party unlicensed 1/12th scale figure unboxing and review video. Now today we are taking a look at something from a new company, at least to me personally. They are known as the Patriot Studio. They have put together some of the most incredible 1/12th scale Joker figures that I have ever seen, and today we'll be taking a look at their first one being the bathroom scene version. The regular red suited one is coming up very soon on the channel. Now I saw Dean Knight's amazing coverage of these two figures and I was blown away. The amount of stuff and love and attention to detail that they've stuffed in here, I'm really impressed. For a third-party unlicensed item, they have gone to town. Now, I got mine direct from the Patriot Studio. You can, however, opt to go through them if you want to pick this up, or you can go through a website like Comic Sanctorum. I will include the links down in the description below, but do bear in mind this is unofficial product. This is not a promotional video, this is a review on a figure that I picked up for my own personal collection. What we are going to do now though is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. Here, of course, we have the box art for Arthur Fleck. We do have some absolutely gorgeous imagery dotted around the box. On the front panel, we've got a couple of silhouetted images, one of the gun, the Joker face, and the secondary head sculpt. On the side, a wireframe image of Arthur. On the back, him doing a dancing pose, and then on the other side, we do have him, of course, shooting the gentleman on the staircase. I also have to make note of the fact that this cardboard feels incredibly sturdy, so I'm a huge fan of the way they've done the box here. Now, on the inside, we're greeted with two separate boxes. A larger one with an image of Joaquin from the movie, and a smaller one with a picture of the figure himself. Now I'm fairly certain that the figure will be inside the smaller one, so let's take a look at this one. Now, honestly, I didn't really know what to expect until I saw Dean's videos, and this blew me away. So he does come with one tray up on top with some actual taps and sinks, and then a full bathroom scene diorama down below. I cannot wait to build that. Then of course in the smaller box we will have Arthur himself. We do have a thank you image on the side with the fully painted Joker head sculpt, and then here we have Arthur. I have to say, I've been buzzing to get this ever since I saw Dean's videos, and now finally having him in hand, I can tell you that this was totally worth the wait. He looks incredible. What we are going to do now though is get all of the various parts and pieces that come with Arthur Fleck laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Here we have all of the parts and pieces that go with Joker. Now let's start off with this stack of stuff in the background. These of course are the various panels which you magnetically combine together to create yourself the bathroom diorama. I will be building that in just a second. Now to complement the walls, you also get two complete sinks. These do have to be assembled. You install the faucet and also the taps, plus the pipe down below. I'm pleased to report that all of those pieces are actual die-cast metal. They've also been painted with this kind of oxidized look about it, like an old weathered tap would be. I love the way they've done this. The sink is also dirty and grimy, and there is a layer of 3M tape on the back so you can nicely adhere it to the bathroom wall. We also get this newspaper. There is print on both sides. It of course says The Gotham Times. This can simply be placed in the bathroom as well. Now, he also comes with his bag. This is a real material bag with a working zipper. I'm tempted to have all of his hands plus his spare head sculpt stored inside this bag. That way I have all of the accessories on hand, but they're not being just strewn all around the place. He also comes with his handgun. It's the accurate color, being this blued black metal, and the brown handle with the little gold screws on the top there. I really like the way it looks. It's very small, but it is very accurate. Now, this version does come with two different head sculpts. two of the very best Joaquin Phoenix head sculpts that I think I've ever seen in any scale. This one right here is incredible. The skin texture, the paint applications, the hair, the likeness, it's all on point. And then we get this one, which is equally as good in my opinion. He has his eyes closed and a little bit more blood coming out of his nose there, but it's still very nicely done. I'm having a super tough time deciding which one to go with for my display because they are both sensational. You also get a full complement of hands, the favorite of which for me are these open palm hands. Really good for having him in his dancing poses. They are done in that semi-translucent material with some skin texture painted on the surface. These aren't those cheap and nasty, really plasticky 1/12 scale hands. These are really nicely done. But I'm pretty sure you'll want to see what the bathroom looks like fully assembled, so... And there you have it, fully assembled. We have a 1/12 scale bathroom to display our Joker in, and I love this. It's super simple, it is all just printed pieces that you magnetically attach together, but on the back you do have to use the double-sided tape to attach the mirror. Now, it does actually come with 2 mirrors, so Dean Knight used one on either side. I went for one along the top, just because I wanted the seamless look at the front. Now unfortunately, it's not the sturdiest thing in the world, but when you have it displayed, let's be honest, you're not going to be touching it a ton, you're just going to display your Joker in it, so it doesn't necessarily need to hold up to the same level of playability as you'd expect with other diorama-style pieces. It's not like you're going to come in and turn the taps on or anything like that, it's just going to sit there and look awesome, which I definitely think it will accomplish. This is something that I wish more companies would do. It's just printed pieces that magnetically attach together, as I just said, but it works a treat. Here we have him standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. And yeah, it does what it says on the tin. This is the bathroom scene version of Arthur Fleck. I am super impressed with the amount of love and care that they've put into this figure. Number one, the outfit is tailored to perfection. I was worried it was going to be a little bit too cumbersome, slightly too baggy and hard to work with, but now that I see it in hand, I'm glad that none of those fears were realized. Plus, the body that they've chosen is super proportionate. It looks like a real person, where sometimes with other 1/12 scale figures, they can come across a little bit goofy, but that totally isn't the case here. In fact, if you saw this clip of him just simply spinning around and nobody said anything about the scale, I reckon you'd assume this was 1/6. That's how good he really does look. What we are going to do now though is take him off the rotating turntable, punch in and take a closer look at the details. And here we have him up close and personal. And I honestly was not expecting this figure to be as good as it is. I don't honestly know what I was expecting, because this is of course a new company. Now, we've already taken a look at the head sculpts, but it's worth talking about how it fits on the body. It's not oversized, it's not too small, it just works. I do like the length of the neck, and they've even nailed the look of the tie and the collar. Often when you see shirts and ties, even in bigger scales like 1/6, they can look a little bit goofy, but not here. It fits perfectly on the body. The shirt does have an accurate print to the movie, and yes, it can be nicely moved out of the way when it comes to articulation. It's just one layer, so you can pretty much get the full range of motion. Also, Dean Knight pointed out that the back of the vest is a darker color, which apparently is accurate to the movie and nobody else has done as of yet. It does have some buttons actually printed onto the surface. They're not real buttons, but it's a very easy way of fooling the eye at a distance because they do look relatively realistic. Coming down to the pants, they are nice and baggy. He does have the accurate patchwork, and then you do have the white socks and the brown shoes. Really nicely sculpted, very simple, but they are also nicely painted. Overall, so far, I am loving the way this guy looks. Now, for those wondering what the Joker looks like in his diorama, it looks awesome. I thought I'd showcase a few poses just to show the variety and the range at your disposal here. I mean, it's big enough to completely house the figure and his bag and the newspaper, but it's not overly large. You can still very easily fit this into your display, and I love that. It also can fold up very neatly. Granted, you do have to stick these sinks onto the back wall, so you'll have to remove them and get some new double-sided tape, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. It's still relatively modular. I love this. It's super simple, yet super effective. It works perfectly for this Joker. Now for a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the Patriot Studios Arthur Fleck up alongside the Mezco BVS Batman. So for those wondering if this is in scale with Mezco, I think it is. I don't know if Joaquin is shorter than Ben Affleck in real life. I can only assume that yes, he is. So to me, this looks about right. I personally will straight up be displaying him by himself in his bathroom diorama anyway, but for those who are curious, yes, this guy can totally fit in alongside your other 1/12 scale fabric wearing figures. Just going over articulation on Arthur Fleck. Now bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. I'm sure when you get yours in hand, you can push the joints slightly further than I'm willing to go. Now starting off with the head sculpt, it is on a ball joint at the base of the neck, and it does get a fairly decent range of motion forward and back, swivel and pivot side to side. The arms will go up to about there, they will go forward and back the full way. There is a butterfly joint at the shoulder and also a movement up and down, which is something you don't often see from 1/12 scale figures. We do have a single bend at the elbow, a swivel at the bicep, and also a regular 1/12 scale style wrist peg. As for the torso, it crunches forward and back, swivel and pivot side to side. The legs will go forward to about there, they will go out to about there, swivel at the upper thigh, a double bend at the knee, and of course a ball joint down here for the ankle. Just wrapping up on the Patriot Studio bathroom scene version of Arthur Fleck from the 2019 Joker film. Going into this, I was really excited. My hype levels have slowly been rising as I've been watching the various reviews on YouTube, and now I finally have him in hand. It's truly exceptional. It's my favorite thing that I've ever collected in 1/12 scale. It's not overly toyetic in the design, but it is very, very classy. The outfit is perfectly tailored to the body, and that's no easy feat for something as small as this is. It also appears to have a brand new custom body specific to Patriot Studio. It's thin and lanky, but it's still proportionate. Then we get to the head sculpts, both of which are fantastic. I can see the likeness to Joaquin Phoenix through and through. The sculpt, the texture of the skin, the paint applications, and the hair, for something as tiny as this is in 1/12 scale, I am blown away. And then the icing on the cake, the full bathroom scene diorama. You can literally put this guy in the scene that he was based off. It's not often that you can say that with any figures, but with this guy they went all out, and I'm super glad they did. So yeah, I'm very happy that I got him. Now, as I said in the intro, this is third party and it's unlicensed, but they have done a hell of a good job here. Do bear that all in mind though if you are thinking about picking him up. I got mine from Comic Sanctorum, but you can go direct to Patriot Studio if that's something you'd like to do. I have included all of the requisite links down in the description below. Also check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the awesome Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.